Executor, Shirley, you're here. We were just discussing the situation of Domain 9 with Miss Lon. Seems that you've also brought lots of important intel.
Archon Fiona, we found a Hatcher lair in the Marzoid ore cave in the waters around Inners.
Hatcher? Is it a type of gray space entity that has catalytic abilities? Sure enough, they're here on Vera too.
I remember that place is a blind spot in the detection of gray space entities' signals. We specially arranged patrol droids to conduct daily inspections there.
But based on the current situation, Inners hasn't received any warning about them.
Could someone have hidden the warning messages?
In addition, we've also found other unusual behavior related to gray space entities. The Mook Squad told us that some gray space entities seem to be deliberately attracting their attention to make them change their patrol route. They would lure the Mook Squad to a suspicious location and leave before they arrived, often making any go there for nothing.
This undoubtedly reduces the search efficiency by a lot. But it sounds like the gray space entities could keep track of the whereabouts of the Mook Squad.
Yes, we suspect that this may be related to the positioning system on Eni.
Huh? Are you saying... This is a very serious accusation, given that not many people know about this.
Archon Fiona, I've got something extremely important to report. The behavioral logic of the patrol droids you commanded was modified. They now see all gray space entities as harmless sea creatures.
I understand. Recall all the patrol droids now and correct all the errors in their behavioral logic.
Yes, Lieutenant Roy is already working on this. I'll go and help him now.
It's time for everyone to discuss this together.
Looks like you already have an answer.
Glenn, has there been any progress in the analysis of the abnormal signals Miss Shiro found?
Archon Fiona, you don't need to worry about that. It's just something caused by the normal activities of marine creatures. I don't think we should waste our effort on meaningless research.
Oh? The abnormal signals have nothing to do with the gray space entity's activity? Do you have any evidence of that?
Their activities just happen to coincide with those of gray space entities.
Or did you mistake the activity of gray space entities for the activity of normal creatures? After all, I just learned that the behavioral logic of the patrol droids has been maliciously tampered with, leading them to identify gray space entities as marine creatures. Lucius, what do you think?
What? I didn't know anything about this. When did it? It must be a hacker. Maybe someone with ulterior motives hacked into the droid's management intranet. I'll investigate this matter thoroughly now. That's right. Maybe it was my negligence.
The situation is so tense that any loophole may become a fatal weakness. Lynn told me earlier that they found a type of gray space entity called Disguiser, which has the ability to parasitize humans. The host will become the puppet of the gray space entities. Maybe it was this Disguiser who secretly destroyed the defenses of Inners.
Puppet of the gray space entities. I got it. I figured it out. You've intentionally overwritten the patrol droid's judgment on gray space entities by tampering with their behavioral logic. As a result, they wouldn't find any enemies, no matter how many times they patrolled the hazardous areas. During the 2 weeks when you were sick, your evil plan could still be carried out covertly, even if we took over your work. No. You actually are pretending to be sick. If anyone traces it back to you, that sick leave would be your best excuse.
Roy. Roy, you're being reckless. We've been blinded by the facade. That's exactly what the disguisers want.
It was my mistake.
What is Glenn's condition? Will the disguiser have any adverse effects on him?
He should wake up soon, but he still needs to be isolated and observed for a period of time.
Okay. Wanling, please take care of him. The previous reports of the patrol droids are completely meaningless now. We need to conduct new investigations on what's really going on in that area.
Okay, leave this to us.
It's a hatcher. Be careful, everyone!
the Abyss Current?
It's very likely. It's still worrying, even though we already have people stationed there to keep guard. After we take care of these gray space entities, we should head back to the Abyss Current to bolster their defenses.
Gray space entities are heading for deeper ocean.
No. Could there be more than one Abyss Current? We have to hurry back to Inners. gray space entities are gathering at the bottom of the sea. We speculate that there's an abyss current opened up by the Hive Mother there. It may be difficult for our current forces to fight against such a huge number of gray space entities.
That's why we're here. They're a serious threat to Vera and the safety of Domain 9.
If we can defeat those things, we will alleviate the crisis faced by Domain 9. At the same time, we will gain a deeper understanding of gray space entities' behavioral motives. They can't be allowed to make waves on the seafloor. That would put Inners in great danger.
We can help you stop them.
Lucius, adjust Inners' defense plan. Concentrate our forces inside the city of Inners, and ensure that the residents are safe at all costs. Roy, you'll take over Glenn's duties for the time being. We need to quickly restore communications with Meroria to inform Archon Larson of the crisis faced by Inners as soon as possible. Wan Ling now has the highest authority in Inners for now. I'll leave Inners in your hands.
Madam Fiona!
Let's go, Lin.
The gray space entities dispersed after we tracked them here.
Although I really want to wipe them out, let's focus our combat strength on a worthier place for now.
Can Shirley detect the gray space entity signals of abyssins? If it's possible to detect the existence of abyssins, it might be possible to locate where abyss currents are.
It's possible. Let me try it out. The signal is very weak. Found it. Why does it seem like there are two different signals? It should be very difficult for reinforcements to reach even deeper into the Grand Sea. These gray space entities have left us with no way out. Our only option is to destroy them to protect the residents of Inners, Meroria, and even all of Ida. No matter how difficult the battles are, no matter what lies ahead, we must fight. We can only fight until this storm ends. I'm honored to fight side by side with you.
Basically, the inspection route is in line with Mr. Lucius's arrangement, so there shouldn't be any mistakes.
Try and re-establish communications, and protect inners.
Understood, Madam Fiona.
It looks like the abyss current is in here.
Everyone, be careful! It noticed us!
Let's finish it off swiftly before it can react.
Don't let it delay us. Finding the abyss current is our priority. is everyone? Was anyone wounded?
I'm fine. I never would have imagined the existence of a gray space entity with such a wonderful ability. Interesting.
Miss Shirley, please help us locate the other abyssant again.
Yes. It is going even deeper.
Come on, let's go. Ling, have communications been restored with Miroria?
Sorry, Madam Fiona. Not yet.
No.
We're very close to the abyss current now. We have to stop these gray space entities and close this abyss current as soon as possible.
It's the same as the abyss current on the island.
It seems that this abyss current has a much greater carrying capacity. Is it possible that this is the main path opened up by the Hive Mother? Distract us with a smaller abyss current, giving them time to develop and operate the undersea abyss current. What a devious idea.
We'll soon wipe that smug look from their faces. Is it trying to enter the abyss current? We can't let it succeed. everyone. The communications between Meroria and Inners have been restored. Archon Larson is now aware of the crisis Vera is facing, and will send more people here to provide support.
Our defenses aren't capable of dealing with such a huge group of gray space entities.
Yes. Archon Larson also informed Archon Elric of Hykros District 9 about the situation here. Other executors from District 9 will also travel to Inners via the long-range space rift and fight with us. I've arranged for them to set the space rift beacon here. This way, we'll be able to deploy reinforcements immediately when they arrive.
I understand. However, our contact with Icarus and the others still hasn't been restored. Is it possible that their battle with the gray space entities hasn't ended yet?
I'll go over to Conroe and Icarus to see what they're up to. Maybe I can help them and let them know what's happening here.
Thanks, Miss Lon. We'll guard this place until the space rift beacon is set.
Archon Fiona, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
A large number of gray space entities are blocking our reinforcements. We'll take care of them and head to your location as fast as possible. Please hold out until then.
Of course. We'll handle it.
Establishing anchor point.
The gray space entities are gathering here. We have to keep them from entering the Abyss Current.
The residential area of Inners is entering oxygen-only status. All of the city's power is being diverted to the Space Rift channel. Spatial rifts are opening. The Assistant has summoned a large number of gray space entities.
We have to hold out until reinforcements arrive.
Errors corrected. Space rift destination connected. Gray space entity's facial rift is closing.
Hang in there.
Space-time here is unstable. The timestamp can't close the Abyss current.
Of course it couldn't be that easy.
At least we've already taken care of most of the darkness. The pressure from both sides should be substantially less.
Looks like the two of you have run into some trouble. Is there anything I can do to help?
We're trying to close this Abyss current, but with this present situation...
Close the Abyss current? Using that thing?
Yes. It's called a timestamp. It can pacify Abyss currents opened by gray space entities, and restore distorted spacetimes to their original state. At least that's what it's meant to do.
We'll discuss matters related to the seafloor Abyss currents with Archon Larson later. And this intel we've gathered will be helpful to Dr. Clive's research on gray space entities. Perhaps, in the future, they'll be able to extract more useful information from it.
We'll need more time before we'll be able to completely pacify this storm. I'll post a tight guard over this Abyss current. No gray space entities will be allowed to cross through here. Regarding other plans, we'll decide after discussing the situation in Inners.
Of course, this crisis isn't over.
This wasn't part of the plan. I'll be sure to report on your selfishness to the Sage.
Hey, why are you so serious all the time, beloved sister? Everything has to be done exactly according to plan. I don't remember you being so old-fashioned. Not to mention, shouldn't you be excited to see so many old friends?
Old friends? Huh. You truly are well connected.
You two again. Come on. Well, if it isn't Sage's proudest creation.
I trust you've been well, Nemesis. And you, kid. You put up a good fight just now.
Why are you here?
Oh, you weren't expecting us? The gray space entities have done damage to more than just the Vera region. We always keep close tabs on any changes that could harm this planet. The heirs of Ida won't just sit on our hands while the gray space entities invade. We'll intervene when the time comes.
I never thought there would be anything the great executors of Hykros can't handle. Or is it that you need?
Aegis. We have a common goal now, and need to set aside our past differences. But that doesn't necessarily mean the heirs of Ida and Hykros are on the same side now.
All right. I've heard the same thing from you before. Looks like I'll have to get my kicks somewhere else. You're always so patient with those two. Looks like number one was right.
Huh. Only because you speak so much hot air around them. Our cooperation ends here. The rest you'll have to handle yourself.
Time to go.
So eager to part ways. I wanted to get in a spar. I didn't see anything too special from your end during that battle. Are you holding back? How about the young lady and I have a duel?
What a coincidence! I was thinking the same thing!
That won't work. I don't think you'll be enough on your own. Why don't the two of you come at me?
Samir, why do I always have to remind you to watch yourself?
I know.
We'll take you up next time, Samir. Even though we didn't stay here long, thank you for your hospitality.
Please?
Until next time, Nemesis. However, maybe next time it won't be a crisis.
Then, thank you.
The Sage is playing the long game. I look forward to his next move.
Long-distance space rifts are operational again. We'll head back to Meroria and report to Archon Larson on recent developments.
What will Inners do for the time being?
Reinforcements for our executors are already on their way to our outposts. I believe that Inner's safety has been secured. Fiona will protect this place. We'll discuss our plans once Archon Larson is debriefed on the situation here.
Uh-huh. And Ruby, too. We lost contact with her for so long. Surely she must be worried? We should go see her.
Indeed. It has been a while since I told her a bedtime story. I'll tell her about this place.